Yes, welcome to another video. I'm Lewis, above me is Jordan. Now, we've got an interesting video, guys. We had a massive month in January. Yeah, we come through it, winning every single game. You know, December was a decent month as well, but, you know, it really started, and I think that we could look back at January and go, you know, that was a big month. I mean, it was a big month. We won every single game, a couple of cup games in there as well. So we're going to go through some of the games here and just sort of to talk about the main points in the game and how big this month was for us. And before we get into it, guys, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell as well for daily Manchester City videos. And we'll set a like target of 1,000, Bray.
1,000, Bray.
Let's go for 1,000.
Appreciation for how good this month has been for City.
Oh, nice, yeah. If you think that this month has been one of our best months, then smash a like on it. Let's get to 1,000. And if you want your name on the bottom of the screen, become an extra club member. Links are in the description. And sometimes there's a box that says join. If you're lucky to get the join box, click the join box.
If you're lucky.
Right, okay, let's get into it. So we start the month away at Chelsea. Obviously Lampard versus Pep. Lampard's no longer there. He's since lost his job, unfairly, I'll just quickly add, in my opinion. But we win 3-1, and you know what I mean, it kind of flatters them a little bit. You know, they score a last minute goal, which was, you know, a bit fluky. You know, maybe City players had just switched off for literally the last kick of the game. But kind of cruised through it, get 3 goals. Stefan played in net, didn't have anything to do with the goal. It wasn't his fault. Didn't have anything to do. I remember doing the review ball going, I kind of wanted him to have a save to make, but kind of a pretty chill game, something that you didn't expect, really.
Yeah, it was one of them ones where I was like, well, both of us were like, we wanted him to be tested. Especially at the start of the match, I was like, I'm buzzing to see Stefan. We want him to be tested so we know where his boundaries are. We know what we can expect from him in future games. And we can kind of see if he can push Ederson.
Yeah.
This is kind of a chance for him. And, yeah, I mean, like it's just said then, bro, there was nothing he could have done for the goal. It is what it is. And it was disappointing to concede in that game. But, end of the day, 3-1, like you say, flattered him to get a goal. And then we played much better than him. I feel like something that overshadowed that massively was the fact that we were hit by Corona. And people just seemed to think it was a weakened side. People had this vision in their head that this is a weakened City, and then it should be an easy ride for Chelsea to go out there and beat us. When, do you know what I mean? Just because we weren't in the best of form, do you know what I mean? Or like we're playing this weakened side. That when you look at the team, honestly, just go back and look at the team. Go Google, look at the figure on One Football, isn't it? Look at the team, and you'll see straight away. It is not a weakened side. It's a strong side.
It's a myth. It's a myth. And maybe that played into our hands in terms of teams thinking that they had an advantage of us. But yeah, a massive win there at the Bridge. And then we went to Old Trafford and got a 2-0 win. And for me, big point in this, I thought Zach Steffen, for you Americans out there, you know what I mean, you want to get a bit patriotic right now, well, you can do, because Zach Steffen was really good in that game. Like I say, we didn't have any saves to make against Chelsea, funny enough. But United had a couple big moments. I remember that one, I think it might have been Bruno on the left-hand side, and he played one really powerful. It was going top right, and Zach Steffen gets a big hand to it. And I think that might have been at 0-0, I can't remember. But yeah, for you Americans out there, he did you proud that day and did us proud as you know, as City fans, isn't it?
Yeah. In terms of like competition wise, that was probably the biggest game of the month because it has sent us into a final.
Yeah.
Probably would have set the team on a good stead. You know what I mean? They're all buzzing.
Nice little motivation and morale boost as well.
Little boost, innit? Do you know what I mean? Right at the start of the month, that's early on. That very early on. I think it was the 6th of January, something like that. Very early on, and there's a load of games left in January where you think, oh, this is a big month. That there, beating United like that and going to a final of the game, final of the cup. That can send you. Then moving on from one competition to another competition, bro. Went straight from the Carabao into the FA Cup against Birmingham. And I think, you know what I mean, Birmingham, we played really well. I thought a very solid performance from us there, and another clean sheet in the bag. Yeah,
we get the 3-0 win. And for me, the main point in this game, guys, the main takeaway is Bernardo Silva. You know, he had a bit of a dip in form, didn't he? You know, we all know it. You know, he wasn't at his best. And over the last couple of weeks, he has been getting better and better. But for me, Birmingham, I think, was the one where it like, right, you know, he's back now, because he scored 2 goals in that game, guys. And I'm pretty sure we would have spoke about him on the review video, and since then his performances have been getting better and better, getting more goals, you know, becoming more of an important player in the team. And obviously in recent weeks we've had Kevin De Bruyne out, and I think that this month for him personally has been a massive month, and I think Birmingham was a good one. Moving on from that, we had 2 Premier League fixtures in Brighton and Palace. Now the score lines were very different,
Yeah.
I would thought the performances were actually quite similar. Now, we played Brighton, get the 1-0 win, and played Palace and got the 4-0 win. However, Brighton, we did miss quite a few chances, and Palace, we just took the chances. Very similar performances, I thought. However, obviously, the scoreline is very different. However, it's 6 points. And yes, guys, we expected to get the 6 points. It's nothing to shout home about. However, wanting the points and expecting the points, as United just found against Sheffield United the other night, they expected to be bottom of the table, didn't get it. You've got to get the points at the end of the day. You can talk about, oh yeah, it's Brighton, it's Burnley, and people do that all the time. People comment on our videos going, oh, it's only Burnley, it's only this. It's like, it doesn't matter. 3 points are 3 points, and in this league, it's the long game, it's the marathon, and it's about looking back at the end. If we drop points against a team like Burnley or whoever, people kick off all the time. You beat them and you're buzzing about it, and people are like, oh, it's only this. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You got to beat everyone, you know what I mean?
That's the funny thing, isn't it? It's the funny thing that it's the exact opposite, like, you know what I mean? It's the fact that you say it's only West Brom, it's only Brighton, only Palace, stuff like that. But then if we lose them games, you all go sick.
Yeah.
I mean, you all have some rage moment. It's just like, well, every 3 points matters. It all counts to winning the Premier League. So, do you know what I mean? Take it all as, do you know what I mean, big wins.
Yeah,
I mean,
massive 6 points.
End of the day, we wanted to go through January unbeaten, and that was a big one. And then Palace as well, that 4-0. That was kind of like, I remember that in that game, before that game, we was like, we'll accept another 1-0. We'll accept another 1-0. It was 4-0 and was like, buzzing. We actually seen a bit of a statement.
I got a big statement here, bro.
Hit me.
I want you to ask it. The next game, which you can tell the people, I think this was our most important. I think this was our hardest game in January, and I think it was our most important victory.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is Villa 1-2-0. A lot of controversy around it, but it was the hardest fought game. It was the most mentally draining game of the month.
Most controversial decision.
Most controversial. I just think this is our biggest game of the month. This is the standout one, the Villa game. It was big, and I thought that was, even though only 2-0, that was a statement. That was, because it was very important, very, very important that we got that win there.
Yeah.
And that was, at the time, that was, you know what I mean, you're looking at the fixtures, that was our most difficult one of the month. And I feel like that, after we won that game, it gave me a lot of confidence that we can go through the rest of January unbeaten.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 2 players in that game that need a shout out. Rodri had a good game, not a mint game. He did win the ball for the initial goal. People was like, oh, he had the best game of his life. I don't think so. He had a good game, and I do think he's been getting better and better recently. And I'm buzzing for him for that. And Bernardo again keeping up that big goal, you know what I mean, gets us the goal. And then we move into the FA Cup game against Cheltenham. Now, unfortunately for us, our internet went down, so we couldn't do a live stream, which is a little bit frustrating. We was on the phone trying to sort it all out as we was watching the game. Obviously, wasn't the best performance from the team. Cheltenham get the lead. Jesus missing a one-on-one. I think it was at 0-0, so that wasn't any good for his confidence and sort of the fans' confidence in Jesus. However, I remember being in the Discord server with our extra club members who are here, by the way, and a couple of people were really down during the game. I was like, don't see how we're getting back into this. I remember saying to them, look, guys, you play these lower league teams, our fitness levels are way higher than theirs. At some point, we will start creating chances because they'll just get tired. And that's exactly what happened. Some massive substitutes from Pep, bringing on Cancelo.
Big.
Diaz was a bit of a weird one. We obviously saw the return of Laporte, who didn't have much to do, he didn't have much to do during the game. However, we stuck it out there, ground it out, and Phil Foden, I thought that day, bro, was insane.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we've said this plenty of times before, that Phil Foden just came into his own element there. And it was weird because we were seeing him in the middle of the park, where we've been seeing him on the left wing. So it was kind of like, because Kev being out, he got injured against Villa. It's kind of the weight was on Phil Foden's shoulders a little bit, and he took it in his stride. Played really well, and I was buzzing for him.
Massive win. And we move into the next round. I mean, these domestic competitions, you got to keep on winning them and keep on progressing through the rounds. And we're still in all four. And even I was going to say, at the time we're recording, we're still in all four. But by the time this video goes out, we'll still be in all four. Right, moving on to a bit of a weird game, bro. I think this one, West Brom home. I remember we spoke to West Brom Fan TV. And, we was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a tricky game, Sam Allardyce, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, nah, you'll walk it. And we was like, nah, this thing. And we ended up winning, 5-0? A bit of a weird one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very weird. The fact that Sam Allardyce came out, and from the first minute, you saw him playing open, attacking football. And I was like, what's going on here, mate? Like, you don't really see that from Sam. And then, like I said, we spoke to a West Brom fan who said, like, oh, we'd batter him. And then we was a bit like, what? Not a chance. And then it kind of did happen. We won 5-0, easy win. I don't want to say that like a disrespectful way, but it was an easy win.
I mean, to be fair, they kind of were like, they expected it anyway.
Yeah.
So it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, if
like
your own fans are saying it,
yeah.
I mean, they pretty much rolled over for us, so it was good, and it was good to see. It was a really good performance from City, and that was like a statement there. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of people have been asking for statement victories. I've been just kind of just wanting the wins, but that was a statement victory. However, the next game, the one that we've just finished, doing the live stream on and stuff, Sheffield United at home. Pep takes a massive gamble, but it paid off. It wasn't pretty, you know what I mean? And we did kind of have to hang on there and a little bit at the end. However, we get the 3 points. That's the main point. It's the marathon, isn't it? You get the 3 points every game, and a bit of a weird way to top off the January month with a bit of a grinding result. But for me, main takeaway in that, I thought Torres was excellent, and and obviously the Porch coming back in as well. I saw another decent performance, nothing special, but we get the point, we get the job done. Not a typical Pep performance, but we get the 3 points. It's all that matters.
End of the day, 3 points, all that matters, and then it concludes the January month. And the fact that we won every single game.
Yeah.
Every single game in January, which is big. And I think as well, with that was kind of, that Sheffield game was a really not a nice way, because it was a horrible experience, you know what I mean, that was especially the last 10 minutes. However, it kind of summed up January really well. A grind. In the sense that January, at the start of the month, we knew it was going to be a grind all the way through it, and we was like, we'll take 1-0 all the way.
As well, bro, can I just say, add to that, we knew at the beginning of January that we had to pretty much win every game.
Every game. And look where we are now.
And we did. You know what I mean? We, at the beginning of January, we kind of were in the, I think we were like 8th or something at the beginning of January. And we was all like, as fans, like, we kind of need to go on a mega run because of look at February. You know what I mean? And that's the month that's now coming up. So a massive month. Stats, played 9, won 9, scored 24, conceded only 2. So mega month in terms of goals and not conceding. The defence, it continued to live up to its hype and stuff at the moment. Bro, I can ask you a question before we finish the video. Player of the month.
Ah, man. My player of the month, João Cancelo.
Ooh, so Jordi Porter, and just a brief reasons.
Yeah, reasons is that he's really coming into his own, and he's showing that without Kevin in this team, he has become extremely vital, and it showed in the Sheffield game today. And I think the chances created. Then again, no. Can I go back? Can I go back and change it?
Can you go back, Ray? What are the rules, guys? Can you go back? Let us know. Oh wait, it's not a live stream. You can't. Okay, we're going to have to make the rule ourselves.
Right, basically, I'm stuck between two, and you know what I mean? I feel I'm very, very disappointed in myself for discrediting that guy. But basically, João Cancelo's been very good at creating, but then you look on the other end of the guy who's finished all the chances, and Ilkay Gundogan has been unreal. Ilkay Gundogan has been next level.
So who are you going for?
But it has to. I have to. João Cancelo, you've been mint, mate. Thank you. Ilkay Gundogan, Mr. Whippy, it has to be him. It just has to be him.
So Jordi Porter's changing mind.
I've back-turned and I've gone with Ilkay Gundogan because it has to be him.
To be fair, had you gone with João Cancelo, it would have been all right, because I was going to go Gundogan anyway, so we would have had a nice split.
Yeah,
I'm going to go Gundogan. I thought he's had a top month. Started off, I think he scored 2 in the Chelsea game, and he got some other goals, and he's just generally been the man who stepped up to the plate. He's been our senior player stepping up. I think he's been absolutely fantastic this month. He'd be my player of the month. Your player of the month after consideration.
After long, you know, it's funny as well. We didn't even this wasn't something that was pre-decided either. No. So I didn't change just because Louis changed it, because you always agree with each other. It's just I had a brainwave last minute then of Ilkay Gundogan exists, and I was like, oh no.
Guys, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Who is your player of the month? How big was this January month? You know what I mean? It's a massive month for us. Some tough games in there. Villa, Chelsea, United, all tough games. Sheffield United at home. That was a tough game. Having they obviously just beat United, and they're hard to beat. So let us know who's your player of the month. How massive was this game? Guys, make sure you smash the like on it. Go for 1,000. Subscribe to the channel if you need to help us. You want to support the channel and get a load of extra perks, then become an extra good member. Link in the description. And we'll catch you in the next one.